it has gotten so many downloads. It has been so successful that it has blown away records, debut records from none other than the Beatles and Elvis. This is how much this is resonating. And I think it's important for all of us to remember that. Sometimes you feel like you don't have a voice. I think he felt a little bit like he didn't have a voice. We'll talk about some of the things that he said in a minute, but before I do, please listen to a little bit here of Oliver Anthony's Rich Men North of Richmond.
Well, I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay, so I can sit out here and waste my life away, drag back home and drown my troubles away. It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is living in the new world.
Living in the new world. Isn't it a damn shame? This is an amazing song. I mean, just an amazing song. It really touches on, I think, exactly what is going on. You've heard me over the years, if you've listened to me, I talk about the hourglass economy, which isn't a perfect analogy, but it gives you a sense of just the squeeze that is going on for America's middle class. America's middle class, which has historically been the lifeblood of our economy. It is the reason we are the success we are. It is those people that are looked down upon. People that are just trying to pay their bills and give their kids a better life, go to work, sometimes 3 jobs. Those are the people that the left despises now. And that's what's so weird about this new environment, this new world, as he talks about. In my hourglass economy sort of analysis, I've said, look, you've got this squeeze going on for the middle class. You got a lot on the bottom. And guess what? If you're on the bottom, life is good. Like they'll take care of you. They'll take care of you because, you come in across from Mexico and you're getting a new cell phone and a hotel room. But if you're here slugging it out, like just trying to pay the bills, good luck. Good luck. Yeah, they got criminals coming into neighborhoods. They got schools that stayed closed down for way too long. But you know what? If you were part of the upper echelon, you don't have to worry about those criminals, right? Because you get your driver, you get your gates, you get your fancy alarm. You don't have to worry about your kids not being educated because you send them to private schools. And if the private schools, you get the Zoom tutors and the whole bit. It's the people that are the lifeblood of this country, the middle class workers that have made us the success we are. They are the ones that are getting so screwed. They are the ones that are getting so badly taxed. Well, Hunter Biden, for God's sakes, Hunter Biden doesn't pay taxes on his millions of dollars of income. And it takes years for the IRS to track him down. And then they try and cover it up with a nifty little plea deal because they don't want Joe Biden to have to get on the stand and testify about what his son may or may not have done. They don't want the emails to come out between, what was his name? He had some fancy name that we've discovered, and we're going to get those emails from the National Archives. That is what has become of America, and what people also don't understand, because there's a lot of critics of this musician who, by the way, just said he did it for himself. Like he had these frustrations. And he just needed to write this music to feel a little bit better. He's gotten these offers, and he got like an $8 million offer from a record company, and he didn't want to take it because that's not what it's about. It's about just trying to get the truth out, which is really, really hard to do. Anyway, people like him, they are cutting through. They're cutting through just like Tucker's cutting through. Hopefully I'm cutting through. Gosh, guys, you know what? We just started doing this live show and you've already got me upwards of 100,000 subscribers. So thank you for that. But this is what it takes. It takes passion from individuals and all of us collectively together to say, you know what? We're not signing up for this. The critics that are criticizing this song. They're angry. The left, Robert Reich, who used to be the labor secretary under Clinton, he's just livid. He came out with some piece the other day just attacking this and blah, blah, blah. What they don't understand is they have effectively become the man, right? Bernie Sanders, who may have actually once agreed with a lot of the things that Oliver Anthony was saying, he now is part of the system. The extremists on the left, they are the system. They are Hollywood. They are entertainment. They are government. They are Wall Street with the ESG that causes companies like Anheuser-Busch to care more about whether or not they have a woke enough marketing campaign than whether or not they're selling beers. They have taken over the entire system. And as a result, people are angry, people are upset, and they should be. They have every right to be. And the beauty of this moment in time, I hope, is that Americans will say, we've had enough. We're getting taxed to death. We've got this terrible inflation. You sit there and you try and tell me Bidenomics is working? Bidenomics is working when, guess what? I'm paying way more for everything and I'm not making more than I used to make. That's what Americans are saying back to Joe Biden. You can say it as many times as you want. Bidenomics is not working. Not when the real numbers show that inflation for consumer prices happen to be 16% higher than they were when you came to office, buddy. All right. And by the way, if you want to really look at the numbers, what you'd actually see is that the average American, when you look at real wages, saw the biggest increase in real wages they'd ever seen in modern history under the policies, the economic policies of the previous president. Interesting, I mean, it stopped in 2020 because everything stopped. That was pretty sad to see. Everything stopped at that time. But tonight is going to be a test. Tonight it is the establishment versus the upstarts. The upstarts that have a lot of passion and care a lot about the future of this country. Questions I'd be asking both Donald Trump and all those people on stage tonight is, how are you going to fix the economic future of this country? How are you going to ensure that life is better in the future? How are you going to deal with inflation? How are you going to deal with the pain of dealing with inflation? How are you going to make sure that kids have a safe street to walk to school and home from school on? How are you going to make sure that they have the school that they need to be able to succeed? I mean, we got a whole generation, guys, that have been left behind, that missed a year and then some, especially in poorer communities and urban communities, all run by Democrats. How are you going to make things up for them? How are we going to ensure that we actually focus on being a meritocracy as opposed to a handout society that just because of the color of your skin or your zip code, you get handed whatever the establishment, the guy, the man, this is what they used to hate, right? They didn't like the establishment, the men, the Wall Street. They are Wall Street. They are Hollywood. They are politics. They are everything. They are the media. So they're controlling everything. And guys like Oliver Anthony, and hopefully you and me and everybody else you know, which is why you should subscribe and like it and share it, please, this podcast. Hopefully everyone you know gets on board and says, okay, enough is enough. Enough is enough, because we as a country need to think about our success and our future here in America. I don't dispute that we enjoy a lot of success because we are the hegemonic power of the world, right? We just are, and we've been the world's policeman for so long, but that's got to change in different ways. We can do that in smarter ways. We can do that in ways that hopefully don't lose as many lives and spend as much money. We can do that so much more strategically. But why do it strategically when everybody's getting a cut? I mean, for goodness sakes, over in Ukraine, they had to get rid of the defense minister and his deputy because they were skimming something off the top. Hey everyone, Trish Regan here. If you enjoyed that clip, please do me the favor of subscribing to the channel. Just hit that little subscribe button right over there. Did I do that right? Not quite, but you know where it is. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so that you get the alerts, and I'll see you back on the show.